Welcome to July. Welcome to Clash of Health. It's July 11th, 2025. I have an Akashic weather report for the last 2 days. It's been really interesting since I think it was June 28th when I started to get tickles and hints of information around the Texas flood situation. And over the last few days, I've really done a deep dive into the names that I've gotten and the information I've gotten. And I have a pretty clear picture of what I think was going on behind the scenes. And it's pretty um, entrenched and vast. And it ranges from the United States all the way to Greenland. So some of the players have had their fingers in the pot, not only here and mining resources here, but also on the agenda for Greenland. So that's my guess, given names that I've had told to me through the Akashic record and what I can figure out about these names and mining and um, national security clearance and interplay with government officials, and it's pretty entrenched, let's just say. I'm not going to try to be too specific because I could be, first of all, I could be wrong. And second of all, there's really no way to prove it. It's just a hypothesis, or let's even call it a theory. I know that that word gets thrown around, so I don't want to like throw theories out there until there's maybe some more information to back them up. But I'm going to just let you do your own research. One of the things that came up, which I found to be very interesting, was the word azure. And azure is a very nebulous word, right? This came up in the Akashic record. It came up around gold and greed and the word azure. And so I was like, what is azure? You know, it sounds like azure, like blue color. What is it? So what I found a couple of days ago, after I put the video out, I discovered this and then just threw it in the description. And I'm going to show you what I found. And I'm also going to show you how the AI verbiage has changed in the last couple of days around it. So what I saved was something from Chat GPT a few days ago about Azure and cloud seeding. And I'm going to show you what I found today about the correlation, which is negated by AI today, not through Chat GPT specifically, but on the internet. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully you can see it. And let's go to this day, which was a couple of days ago. And this is what I found in reference to Azure. Azure IT cloud seeding for agriculture refers to a concept where Microsoft Azure cloud technologies are applied to optimize and support cloud seeding operations used in agriculture. Let's break it down into both the agriculture content and the IT application. So it can be very confusing because when we think of cloud, we think of the in the cloud with IT, but they're specifically using the words to optimize and support cloud seeding operations. What is cloud seeding in agriculture? It's a weather modification technique where substances like silver iodine or potassium iodine are dispersed into clouds to encourage rainfall. It's particularly useful in drought-prone or agriculture-dependent regions. And then role of IT in cloud seeding is provide the technology backbone for planning, executing, and optimizing cloud seeding operations. And then they manage weather stations, drones, aircraft, sensors, and other devices that monitor atmospheric conditions, okay? So today I went into a Google search and they're saying it can be interpreted two ways. Cloud seeding as a weather modification technique Cloud seeding involves releasing substances into clouds. While this is a known practice, there's no evidence suggesting Azure as a cloud computer service directly involved in the specific cloud seeding, which kind of, I would say, contradicts what I just read. Would you not? I mean, maybe you don't think so. I do. Cloud seeding as data transferred to Azure. So then they kind of try to make it sound like cloud seeding as in iCloud. So as they say, involves shipping hard drives to Azure data centers. And then they talk about what cloud seeding is, data seeding, what it is, to try to make you think that there's a difference, even though what I pulled up was very interesting, in that they were directly able to use drones and other sophisticated technology to manipulate the weather, in their mind's eye for the good of the people. So that was interesting. So another thing that I found interesting, in not only that verbiage seemed to have changed in the last couple of days as people are concerned about cloud seeding, and was this really a natural disaster or was it a manipulated disaster? I very much believe, given what I've received in the Akash, that it was a manipulated, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds like bitchy or um, I don't know, angry, but I really am angry. I'm just really frustrated that the potential for weather manipulation is happening and killing people. It just seems horrible. It just seems really, really horrible. And it's horrible enough when people die of accidents and natural disasters. But if there's some kind of hiding what's happening behind the scenes, it's especially horrible. Of course, these are theories, but these are theories based on information I've gotten directly from guides in the Akashic Records, not by any other means. I get the information and then I research it. So that's how I work. Okay, so yesterday I went into the Akashic Records. There is acuity in what you got. I see a face of a dead child. Too many died. God is furious. Thy will be done, no more, no mas, no more. And they use the word no mas. This is to stop. Make it happen, dearest ones. Make it happen. I see dead children floating. If you build it, they will come. A blue zone, create a blue zone, food forest. All can dwell within a sphere of happiness. And then I get a bunch of personal information. And then I get Texas, a belt, cowboy hat, man with long nails, so much greed. How can a being be so greedy? Keep investigating. Shine the light on the villains. Shine your light. Then George Epstein, orange, toxic waste, debris, Rodeo Drive, Hollywood, question mark, question mark. All things will come full circle. Be aware of changes as they are coming, and they are going to come fast. Many won't be able to handle the changes. They'll look away, but there will be no longer anywhere to look. You'll have to see it or leave. I saw frozen white bodies, frozen in time. Not keeping up with the time. God again said he was very angry. It will end soon. Never fear. It will end soon. Jesus bowed, smiled, handed me a flower. Proceed with your plans. And I just felt really angry. And it's almost like, in some ways, it's like, just get on with your life. But part of me is like stuck, and I want this exposed. So today, write down what you get. I saw a blonde woman. Then I got Elmira, New York. I don't know why I got Elmira, New York. I don't know if it has to do with old wars, like Civil War, World War II. There was something about the Civil War and World War II and like the military sites back then. And then there's a prison in Elmira, New York, a penitentiary. And then I saw people at the Texas oil rig. Someone else was there and they were having trouble breathing. Greed. I saw high wire powered lines, aerial view. Then I saw Wichita, Kansas, which is interesting because I didn't know where Wichita, Kansas was in reference to um, Texas. And I wanted to know if there were pipelines because oil came up today between Wichita, Oklahoma, and Texas, which is kind of following the line down the states. And apparently there are. So I've got a sense maybe Wichita came up about like oil rigs, maybe. Who knows? There was a blueberry pie in the scene and I could taste it. It was almost like this little Midwest or like, yeah, like a Midwest family, and they were ignorant to what was happening outside their door. Nuclear issues in the environment, they were ignorant to what was going on. We're in a red zone now. We cannot go back even if we try. I see this man with a cowboy hat. So again, 2 days in a row, I see this guy, or at least 2 days in a row, with this cowboy hat. He's tall, he has long fingers, he's evil, he's unrolling paper construction plans, planning to make their move. They want the flood situation out of the way so they can proceed. Government officials, what role does the commissioner have? Question mark, question mark. Which commissioner, I ask, and I'm told the commissioner of agriculture. So I got this commissioner of agriculture, and I'm like, is there even a commissioner of agriculture? Um, Commissioner of agriculture, question mark, farming. And then I'm going to show you the commissioner of agriculture in the state of Texas and what he has to say about cloud seeding and what he's wearing on his head. Let's go there now. Again, all of this is done on the back end of the information I get. So I don't look at any of this and then go into the Akashic Records. I go into the Akash and I investigate who is the Commissioner of Agriculture. And here he is, Commissioner of Agriculture. And he's got a nice hat on. And he wears that hat in every picture I've seen him in. He lives in the cowboy county of the world or the United States. And he says there's a lot of misinformation flying around lately. So he's going to clarify for us. The Texas Department of Agriculture has absolutely no connection to cloud seeding or any form of weather modification. I guess he's in charge if I guess weather modification has to do with agriculture, but he's saying it's been taken out of his hands since 2011. There's no legal authority, responsibility, or involvement in the programs. The authority was transferred out of their hands more than a decade ago. So his hands are clean, apparently. He's an eighth generation farmer, rancher. I know what it's like to watch the sky during a drought, hoping for rain. When Texas experienced a dry spell, I don't depend on artificial weather manipulation. I turn to my faith. I kneel and pray just as many farmer ranchers and rural communities do. All right. So he's ruled out because he prays and that just takes care of it. But I'm kind of wondering why his name came up in the Akash, or at least his role came up in the Akashic records. So not really sure. I guess someday we'll know, but not now. Maybe he's totally innocent. Maybe he came up because he's like arguing against the manipulation of the weather. Um, Elon Musk came up again and he was floating in the ethers, kind of in Aquarius floating zone up. He didn't seem too bothered by what's going on. He was just kind of watching things, but not bothered. I'll just add that to what I saw. And let's see, what else? Keep track of all things. Everything will come full circle. Um, let go. Trust in God. Oil barrels. Mineral rights. I'm given a key, go for it. So I'm wondering if George Shoreman has to do with like a shoreman offshore drilling. One of the things that I found in the rabbit hole that I was going down was there are these bids that are coming up for review for drilling rights. And one had to do with, I can't say for sure, but I think it was like Exxon, where they were arguing that they didn't want it known where they were going to drill because of competition. So, some way the oil drilling, mineral rights, gold, other natural resources, Greenland, politicians, they're all in the mix. Um, Ted Cruz didn't come up directly, but do your own research and who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. I'll let you guys decide. Have a good day. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. There is a sense of play when I'm doing these videos and researching it, but I take this very, very seriously. Some of this keeps me up at night. My heart goes out to those people who lost loved ones. I could poignantly feel directly the sorrow or indirectly. It felt pretty direct though when I was up in the Akash. So, my heart goes out to anyone who lost children or loved ones. Have a good day.